The anime begins in ancient times when there were creatures called Oni who were terrifying and frightening, slaughtering humans and anyone who stood in their way. But one man attacked them, named Momotaro, who invaded Onigashima and defeated countless Oni. This was the beginning of the war between the Oni and Momotaro. Then we moved to Tsuyoshi from Momotaro's lineage after he kept an Oni child who was his friend. Samadari warned him about this wrong action because of the enmity between them. But Tsuyoshi didn't care and was confident in what he was doing. Then we moved to the present, to Ichino's liquor store. Then we moved to Shiki's room, which was full of firearms, with a gun in front of him that he was trying to fix while talking on the phone with one of his friends. His friend told him that he had been fired from his job and didn't know what to do. Then Tsuyoshi, his father, came to him and entered suddenly, causing Shiki to panic and fall to the ground. Tsuyoshi asked him how he got fired and demanded an explanation, but Shiki scolded him and told him to shut up, saying he didn't care about this, which angered Tsuyoshi because his son dared to speak to him like that. He aimed a punch at him, but Shiki easily avoided it. Tsuyoshi asked Shiki about the amount of weapons he had and told him it was a liquor store, not a weapons shop, but Shiki told him to shut up again and that it was none of his business. He also told him that his customers were starting to decrease again, which embarrassed Tsuyoshi, who asked Shiki not to interfere in this matter because it concerned adults. This led to Shiki mocking him because it only concerned adults, and Tsuyoshi began to mock Shiki as well for being a fool who was fired from his job and acting arrogantly, which embarrassed Shiki. He told his father that he didn't want to end up like him, and the best thing was that they didn't share the same blood, which disturbed Tsuyoshi, who told him not to talk nonsense. Then Tsuyoshi went downstairs to receive a call, with a picture of Shiki as a child in front of him. Tsuyoshi received an order to buy liquor and said he would deliver it. When Tsuyoshi went to deliver the liquor, Shiki was watching him and wished that a rich man had raised him instead of Tsuyoshi. Then Shiki picked up his gun and aimed at the target board and was about to fire, but an explosion occurred downstairs. He went to take a look and found thick white smoke. Then black fog appeared from within the white smoke, which surprised Shiki. He was grabbed by the black fog and thrown out of the room into the street. After that, Samadari appeared to him, which made Shiki very afraid, but Tsuyoshi appeared at the right time and hit Samadari with the car. He offered a helping hand to Shiki and asked him to get in the car quickly, and they fled, but the black fog remained visible in front of Samadari, which means he was still alive. We moved to Tsuyoshi escaping in the car with Shiki. Tsuyoshi saw that the best solution for them was to flee the country. Shiki asked Tsuyoshi if he had borrowed money from suspicious people or loan sharks or something of that sort, and that this wasn't a sufficient reason to run over one of them, but Tsuyoshi told him not to worry about this because he wasn't dead yet, but to Shiki, he was dead. They started arguing and almost had an accident on the road, but Tsuyoshi avoided it. Then Tsuyoshi confessed to Shiki that he belonged to the Oni lineage, which astonished Shiki. Tsuyoshi also told him that the man he met was from Momotaro's lineage. Shiki thought Tsuyoshi was joking with him, but this wasn't the right time, and Tsuyoshi thought it would be difficult for Shiki to believe this now, but it was the truth. Suddenly, the black fog appeared again in the form of a weapon attacking them and almost killed Tsuyoshi. Then the black fog surrounded the entire car until they lost visibility and succeeded in disabling their car. They stopped the car and Shiki got out, as did Tsuyoshi, who approached Shiki to escape together. But the car exploded completely and the black fog disappeared from it, and Shiki also disappeared after that. Tsuyoshi began looking around for Shiki until the fog appeared to him, heading toward one of the buildings. Then we moved to inside the building, where Shiki was tightly bound. Then Samadari came to him and told Shiki that Oni blood doesn't flow. He has a plague on humanity and he must kill him because this is his mission and they are the Momotaro organization. Shiki asked in surprise how he was still alive, until Tsuyoshi appeared to them, then approached Samadari and asked Shiki to stay in place and watch until Samadari revealed his weapon from the black mist and attacked Tsuyoshi. But Tsuyoshi also revealed his weapon from the black mist because he is from the same Momotaro lineage. They delivered powerful blows to each other until Samadari moved away from Tsuyoshi to avoid his strike. Samadari mentioned that a long time had passed since they met and that they were also old now. He called him by his old name in the organization, which angered Tsuyoshi, who asked him not to call him by that name anymore. Shiki was surprised by this because his father was from the Momotaro. Tsuyoshi told Samadari that his name is Tsuyoshi, but Samadari did not acknowledge this because it wouldn't change the fact that he was from the Momotaro organization. He asked if he had forgotten how dangerous the Oni are and that he had raised one of the Oni, therefore he would be eliminated as well. He mocked his words and attacked him, delivering a powerful blow, but Samadari blocked it. They continued exchanging blows while Shiki was astonished by what was happening because he had no idea what was going on. They continued directing strikes at each other, and Samadari was angry because Tsuyoshi had sheltered one of the Oni while knowing they do nothing but harm humans. Shiki remained surprised that Tsuyoshi hadn't told him. Then Tsuyoshi attacked Samadari, but Samadari was well prepared and avoided Tsuyoshi's strike until he succeeded in severely injuring Tsuyoshi, causing him to fall to the ground and the black mist power to disappear from him, which led to Shiki's extreme sadness for his father. Then Samadari approached Tsuyoshi and asked if he thought he could defeat him after everything he had been through since he left. Shiki then shouted at Samadari and asked to fight him now, but Samadari was actually waiting for this moment. Then Tsuyoshi grabbed Samadari, and Samadari wondered why Tsuyoshi was defending this Oni to such an extent. But Tsuyoshi believed that a father needs something to protect his son, and that he would protect him forever because he is his precious son, and it's not his fault that Oni blood flows within him. He asked if he would kill a child who knows nothing about the Oni in the first place. But Samadari didn't care about his words and revealed a weapon from the black mist. Shiki was extremely afraid for his father and asked himself why he wasn't doing anything while watching this, and why was his father the one experiencing this, and that he was the target, and he began transforming into one of the Oni. The Oni power started appearing to him, his body began filling with blood, and he became very angry, vowing to kill Samadari. Then he completely transformed into an Oni and broke free from his restraint and disappeared from his place, which surprised Samadari. Then weapons suddenly appeared through Shiki, aimed at Samadari, and he began firing at Samadari, who was defending against them. Then Shiki disappeared again, but the falling blood revealed his location above. Shiki then landed on the ground after fully transforming and was extremely angry, which made Samadari very tense. Then Shiki attacked Samadari and began directing blows at him, but Samadari managed to cut off Shiki's hand and almost split him in half, but Shiki moved away just in time and revealed his arm again as if nothing had happened. He displayed a set of heavy weapons and fired at Samadari. Samadari successfully defended against them but couldn't continue and began fleeing from the shots directed at him, but Shiki didn't stop firing at him until Samadari flew high and threw one of his special weapons at him, causing an explosion where Shiki was located. Samadari prepared himself after that until Shiki suddenly appeared to him from the middle of the white smoke and delivered a powerful blow to Samadari, pushing him away and causing him to crash into the building walls. Shiki then approached him and pinned him to the ground by stepping on him with his foot, aiming many firearms at him. He was about to shoot him but fired into the air instead, causing a large gap in the building, and Samadari was no longer beneath him. Then Samadari appeared. Under the stones, he became very angry with Shiki. Then Shiki fell to the ground and the weapons began to disappear as he started returning to his normal state. He asked about what happened to him in astonishment. Samadari told him this was a state of confusion resulting from memory loss and physical transformation. Then Samadari revealed his weapon again, approached him and told him that if he died here, all his fear would end, and that all Oni must also be eliminated. He was about to kill him, but Tsuyoshi suddenly appeared in front of Samadari and took the blow on behalf of his son Shiki, and also managed to wound Samadari. Samadari asked Sabunai if he was still sticking to his decision even after seeing this Oni. Tsuyoshi remembered Shiki as a child, and Shiki became angry about his father being injured in his place, but Tsuyoshi smiled and told him he was very happy, which made Samadari wonder about this. Then we move outside the building where people gathered, thinking it was a gas explosion. Then we move back inside the building where Samadari disappeared, but Shiki asked him to wait. Tsuyoshi lay down on the ground and Shiki was very worried about his father. Shiki wanted to contact the ambulance, but Tsuyoshi didn't want this and asked him to listen to him for the last time. He told him he was sorry for hiding this from him and informed him they would kill him because he carries Oni blood, and that he would no longer be with him. He told him he must become stronger and be strong enough to kill the Momotaro and the Oni blood flowing inside him so he could live freely and no one would take away his happiness. He asked him to make this promise, but Shiki shouted and told him to shut up, that he didn't want a farewell speech from him. He carried him and moved with him, saying they had a lot to talk about, and asked if he understood him or not. But Tsuyoshi closed his eyes and saw it was good for Momotaro and Oni to live side by side, then fell to the ground dead. Shiki couldn't believe this and told him he hadn't apologized yet, and that he had told him he was happy they didn't share blood. He asked him to get up because he wanted to hear his apology, and asked him to say anything to him, crying heavily in grief. Then a young man named Naito came up behind Shiki and struck him, causing Shiki to lose consciousness. This man was surprised that Shiki didn't sense him and reconsidered his assessment of him. Then we moved to the Momotaro headquarters, where they said Samadari made a mistake in what he did, and that they shouldn't reveal themselves to humans, nor should people discover that Oni live among them. They reached a solution to kill all Oni children. Then one of the Oni members spoke to Naito on the phone and told him he heard he managed to make some pass the test, and that many years had passed since they had a successful applicant, and that they would get a bountiful harvest suddenly after all these lean years. He told him they were strong and that it was their first time to have such Oni, and asked if he had found another one of them. Tanio told him he brought him but thought evaluating him would be a waste of time, and if he proved useless, he would dispose of him.